city has been coping with record-high temperatures the past couple of days. The heat, coupled with first-stage smog alerts, has made it, in a word, miserable for everybody. The weather has even been a concern with the San Diego School Board. Like cities back east, when the weather gets cold, schools are sometimes shut down for the day. But here, children are leaving school early because of the heat. The children found ways to cool off, with a little help from an early lunch provided by the school, and really, there was very little complaining among them.
Because then you don't have to do so much work. And you get to have more time to play the rest of the day.
And this record heat wave was matched by record numbers of people spread out on the sands or in the waters from South Mission Beach to the Crystal Pier at Pacific Beach. Lifeguards estimate there were more than 65,000 sunbathers and swimmers, more than twice the usual crowd.
But for those of us forced to face the heat, there are various ways to cope. There is the refusal to acknowledge that there's any problem at all. Although how these Spring Valley construction workers manage to ignore temperatures topping the century mark is anybody's guess. There's the old standby ice cream therapy, guaranteed to work on anyone under 12. There is the theory that holds that watching someone else suffer helps you forget your own misery. Although for most people, watching asphalt being laid is guaranteed only to raise your body temperature 10 degrees.
Heat affects all of these different types of infrastructure in different ways. For our cars and trucks that are running on asphalt roads, asphalt can deform or buckle when it's extremely hot, so that can make road transportation difficult.
A heat wave in India has meant even the roads have melted. Temperatures have soared to 47 degrees Celsius in some parts, and the heat has now claimed 1,700 lives in just 1 week. This year's seen the highest numbers of deaths caused by the heat since 1995.
Can't contribute it all to heat. But I mean, you can, it's impossible.
Pile upon pile of dead poultry at a chicken farm in Sichuan, China, and the farmer is devastated. I watched them die, she says through tears. The temperature was so high yesterday, yet they cut out the power. A record-breaking heat wave has been scorching China since mid-June, affecting some 900 million people. People are scrambling to find ways to manage the heat as well as the power cuts.
A new study shows that the massive ice sheets at the top and bottom of our planet are shrinking much faster than previously thought.
But as the Northern Hemisphere bakes under record-breaking temperatures and livelihoods are put at risk, should we be concerned that this is the new norm?
Bushfires in North Stradbroke Island in Queensland are continuing to burn, despite firefighters' efforts to get them under control.
We're not planning an evacuation of Dunwich at this time. That'll be further developed and considered if necessary.
America and Asia are all in the grip of a severe heat wave. In Japan, monsoon rains caused by scorching hot temperatures have killed at least 200 people.
Was born out of those 5 days and nights of high heat and high humidity that contributed to the deaths of 739 Chicagoans.
In Pakistan, at least 65 people were killed as the mercury rose to nearly 45 degrees. In Canada, over 70 died in temperatures around the high 30s. Sweltering conditions in California have sparked wildfires, and even in the southern hemisphere, in the depths of winter, farmers in Australia are facing their worst drought in 100 years.
But for those of us forced to face the heat, there are various ways to cope. There is the refusal to acknowledge